What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. This is a quick breakdown, man. I'm going to give you guys of the season, what I think was a great season, but also, too, at the same time, I think that it's a lot of great things to look forward to, right? I don't look at this as a bad season. Very successful season. Of course, you heard Jalen Brunson state that it's not a success, right? He's got the Mamba mentality because that's something that the great Kobe Bryant would have said. He said, listen, it's a failure. No championship, failure, right? So that shows you exactly where his mindset is. But this season was an amazing season, man. It truly, truly was. But for me, this is a bigger piece of the future because now it makes you want more, right? It makes you kind of have a bigger appetite. Big Task, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Quick little breakdown of the season, man. Also, two future plans for the Knicks. So this gave pretty much a great boost to what we could possibly be for the next coming years. Because to me, this is not a Rondo. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Quick breakdown of the season. This is not a we don't want this to be a one fluke type of year. We want to continue to build on this, right? Back-to-back years to the playoffs, second round exits, but right there you see the building blocks, right? You see the pieces being set in stone to what I think is going to be, we could build something really, really special here. I think also too, right? I'm gonna touch on of course, the additions that we made, of course, with OG Anunoby to me was the biggest play, biggest move, losing a guy like RJ, a fan favorite, and IQ fan favorites, both of those guys. But addition of OG Anunoby was huge for us, right? I'm gonna touch on that. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. But I think the Knicks are in a beautiful situation right now going forward. And the reason why I say that is because you're in a situation now in this league where you don't need stars to really make your team exceptional. Excuse me. Now, of course, you're going to need a couple of guys, of course, who are all stars, maybe one or two guys, but excuse me, you don't need, you don't have to have a Kevin Durant. You don't have to have that guy. It'd be great to have him, but you don't have to have that guy. You don't have to destroy your team just to get that one guy. You don't have to do that. What Denver proved last year is that you really need really two legit all-stars, and you build around that team. And now you even see the situation that's going on with Ant-Man and what he's doing out there. It's really just him and Cat are all-stars. Gobert, give or take, but he's really a defensive player. But they're building around these guys, right? So they're getting a lot of good role players to really complete a team. So should the Knicks destroy this team just to bring Kevin Durant in here? No. Should they give away everybody just to get Devin Booker? No. Should they throw away everybody just to get LeBron James? No. For what? They don't have to. We don't need to. And I think that's the beauty of what's happening. MBIC, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Rocking with LV Live and my crew. Look who has came back, people. A pillar here in the LV Live show. MBIC is back. Rocking with the LV Live crew. Salute to you, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. So you don't need the marquee guy. Don't get me wrong, it's important. But if you got two legit all-stars on your team and you build great role players around those guys, you can go really far. Hence, look what happened in Miami last year, right? They just had Bam and Jimmy, and they built around those guys with legit heat culture type of players, and they were able to go all the way to the finals. So to me, that's what the league is turning into. That's what it's shaping out to be. And if you're noticing, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's over, but it's about to be kind of like a wrap for a lot of those older guys. LeBron, KD, even Steph Curry, all those guys getting up there in age. So I think that's the key. That's the key. Now, what's really helped and what's changed everything is the ascension of Jalen Brunson, right? If anybody says they saw this coming, they're lying, right? And so that's what's changed everything. And also, too, let's give credit and be mindful to the ascension of Randall and the respect that, to me, which I feel he deserves. Randall's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. Those guys don't grow on trees. He's 25-10 guy. I'll say 22 and a half to 25 and 10. Book it. I'm just being honest. So you're building culture guys around those two. Because here's the key, guys, and I want everybody to pay attention to this. The last thing you want is to bring in a guy who's going to destroy the culture. That's what you don't want. You don't want to bring in a guy like I don't know. I'm going to throw his name. You don't want to bring a guy like KD in here. You don't. He's not going to fall in line with what Tibbs wants. He's just not. They're going to be at each other's throats. You don't want that. You do not want that, because that's going to ruffle and shake things up. And right now, I know a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Elvie, you crazy." To me, I would not trade Randall for Kevin Durant right now. I just wouldn't. And the reason why I wouldn't, not because of skill set, culture-wise, he would not conform. He just wouldn't. He wouldn't. He would come in here and just be on some nonsense. He's not going to be a hard-nosed guy. We already know what Tibbs likes, man. So you got to be careful with that, right? You really have to. A guy that I heard talk about it, which was you guys should go check it out. Check it out, right? Austin Rivers. He has a good show. It's called Off Guard, right? He's on there, and then of course he's been on ESPN a couple times. But he said something else. He said, listen, man. He said, I played with Tibbs. And he said, he's a different type of guy. And the misconception is that Tibbs is up in there, trying to get guys to run all these practices. No. It's just that he has film sessions. He has an expectation too. Knicks 100 GM, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live tonight. So Austin Rivers was saying, listen, KD would not be cool with Tibbs. He wouldn't. That would be a huge problem in that locker room. And so that's why that's why I would say no to him. Now, we understand he's a great player. Great. A lot of people are talking about trading Randall. Randall's not going anywhere, people. You heard it here first on the LV Live show. Randall's not going anywhere. The only way Randall's out of here, the only way, is if you get someone like Giannis. That's the only way Randall's out of here. Outside of that, no. Because once again, I'm going to say it to you again, people. Who's available right now that's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA in the last 3 years? Who's out there? Kawhi's not coming here. Like I said, Giannis is not coming here. So to me, those are the only people you really give Randall up with, because you got to understand too, who's going to bring in his production at that position of a power forward, a legit power forward. Who's going to do that? So once again, right, this is all about fit. And once again, that's what's making the league change. Perfect example, right? We saw what happened out there in Phoenix. They tried to throw that team together with all those all-stars. Look how they look. They looked terrible this year and got smoked in the playoffs by Minnesota. Period. So for me, I think that's where you have to look at it, right? How are you going to build this team? So to me, that's the only person I'm trading Randall for. I'm not. Who else is out there, man? You got to really, really pay attention. And most of the guys are ascending or like on their way out. There's no way we're gonna get what's the kid out there that plays guard next to SGA? What is that? I forget the kid's name with the braids. Was it Jalen Williams? Is that his name? Jalen Williams? We're not getting him. There's no way we're going to get him. OKC is not going to let him go. So who else do we get that's going to produce at a high clip? Because what we saw in the playoffs was that Jalen Brunson is another guy that's going to produce at a high clip that's going to take those double teams away. A guy that those coaches are afraid of. Randall provides that. So to me, I think that that's what you're building. Now, with that being said, this whole talk about OG Anunoby and him, OG Anunoby's not going anywhere. People need to calm down with the whole. I'm hearing all this stuff. I'm seeing it everywhere. Oh, OG is there's no guarantee that he's not going to be with the Knicks. People there's still an option that he could possibly sign with the Sixers, or he's not going anywhere, people. I don't care what anybody says. Do you guys think everybody in here pretty sharp at basketball? All these guys in here, Knicks 100 GM, coach, everybody, Big Task, NBIC, all you guys are sharp in here when it comes to hoops. Do the Knicks make that deal? Send an IQ and RJ. They're big trade pieces if they don't kind of have a secret handshake agreement in the background that he's going to sign with us. Do the Knicks make that deal? Yay, nay, I want to hear in the chat. You guys put it in the chat. Thumbs down for no. Thumbs up for yes, that the Knicks still make that deal. There's no way they go through with that deal. No way. So I'm just saying, I'm just being honest. So trust and believe he's going to be a Knick. He's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? NCAA. So he's not going anywhere. He's not. So all this talk and all this rubbish in the background. Oh, yeah. Chill out, man. This is all secret handshakes in the back. You know what I'm saying? Coach said he signed the moment he signed with them. Right. Well, see, come on. Coach, exactly. Leon's son, exactly. So this is all intertwined, man. This is Brunson all over again. So there's no way he's leaving, man. He's not going anywhere. So let's take that off. He's done. He's locked in. Now, the question is the number. Some people are saying like 45. I'm not giving OG Anunoby that. And I don't think he's going to ask for that. I think it's going to be a middle ground. I think he gets anywhere between 35 to 40. I can see him getting 35 and a half, maybe 36. I don't see him getting 40 to $45 million. I don't see that happening. I think he's getting in the 30s. You know what I'm saying? So that's my point. So I don't see, he knows his worth, but at the same time, once again, guys, this is all background handshake agreements, man. They already probably know the number. They already know the number. Knicks 100 GM said, I can see a scenario where they let him walk and sign. Listen, Paul, they're not signing Paul George, man. Paul George is not coming here. He's not. He's not coming here, man. He's not coming here, and there's no way they let him walk. They already know there's already a deal in the. I'm telling you, it is. I'm telling you, he's locked in. He's not going anywhere. So, for me, that's off the table. Now, I think also too. You know who's also locked in? I think iHeart is locked in. I think iHeart's not going anywhere. Anywhere. And the reason why I say that is because you got to look at his options out there. Is there anywhere out there where he's going to start? No. The people keep on saying that OKC, he's not starting over Chet. He's not. He's going to go to Detroit that stinks to make less money. Marvel's perspective, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Please hit that like button. Everybody comes through, man. Please hit that like button, please. Appreciate you guys coming through rocking with your boy LV tonight. This says to salute LV and Knicks family. LV, if you get a proper guy to sign that are already on this team, meaning Randall, Hartenstein, and OG, I think the injury bug won't hit us as bad as the stretch. Absolutely. So I don't think he goes anywhere. I think he stays. And the reason why I think he stays is because I think that he's going to want to continue to build what he started here. And then I would not be surprised also, too, guys, throw this in there too. I would not be surprised if he's decides to stay, but it's something in there where he's going to be starting. And I think going forward, he starts over Mitch. I think he does. But I don't think he goes anything. I don't think the Knicks lock him in. I think there's probably conversations on the background. Remember, as Coach said, our heart is also with the CAA family. So this is all locked and loaded, man. I don't think he goes anywhere. Remember, Randall left, went to the other one. Randall came back home CAA, so he's another CAA guy. This is all in-house, man. Those guys aren't leaving. So I think even though there's rumblings, it's just all for talk. I think those guys are locked in. I don't think anybody's going anywhere. That's just my honest opinion about that. So I think iHeart's locked in. They're going to negotiate and stuff like that, but I think he's locked in. Knicks 100 GM says Paul George would be a better fit than OG. Quiet as kept Big Taz. He's on the Big Taz? No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't, Knicks 100 GM. He wouldn't be. Listen, man. There's not too many. This is why RJ left. Right? There's only one captain of the ship, that's Brunson. Paul George is going to want to shoot a lot. And he's older. OG Anunoby is 26, man. He's younger. So we're trying to build something for the future. Paul George is probably going to be out the league next couple of years because he's getting older. So I don't see that. And then also, too, once again, right, I'm going to throw this out there, Knicks 100 GM. Does he want to play with Tibbs? Tibbs is a different guy, man. And it's not even – and here's the thing, too. And like I said, like Austin Rivers said it best, right? It's not the practices. That's the misconception. It's just like Tibbs is an expectation. He's going to want you to be like, like do film study. Those guys are like, they understand that. Certain guys are like, they're not with enough, man, especially guys like him. He's a superstar. He's probably got enough plus treatment. Tibbs is not going to give that to him. Knicks 100 GM said, don't sleep, LV. I'm snoring, man. I'm snoring. So, I mean, so that's what I think about that. Now, what do you guys think about this whole thing with Jalen Brunson, right? Signing this extension this summer. Coach said, I'm in a coma. We were worried up. Me too, man. Paul George is not coming in. What do you guys think? 5 years. What was the number? 5 years. What was it? What 4 years? 4 years, $156 million he could sign for this year. Or if not, he could wait next year to sign the 5 years, $270 million deal. I think it's very important for people to understand that that's the number for next year. But remember, that media deal kicks in, I believe, the year after. Anybody check? I want to make sure that's correct. I think the media deal kicks in. That new contract with the media stipulations and all that stuff changes, and guys are going to be making, in the next 5 to 10 years, dudes are going to be making, I heard, like $70, $80 million a year. Something crazy. The number's going to be insane. I heard they talking like that. Dudes are going to be pulling contracts like that with this new media deal that's out there on the table. So, to me, I want to hear everybody's opinion on this. To me, it's smart for him to sign the deal now, lock himself in. 4 years, $156 million, right, for the team. But also, too, when that media rights deal kicks in another 2 years, he could re-up and then bang them and say, yo, all right, boom, I took the L in 2024. Now, I want that 5 years, 300 and whatever million, where I'm getting $60 million a year. Because I think that's what's going to happen with these guys. That's the deal. They're going to be able to double up. They could be able to kind of sit on this money now and go back and flip it. What say you? Coach says if he does that, everybody's taking a pay cut. Coach, I think that's big because if he does that, he's going to flex his muscle. Where it's going to force Randall to maybe do it. Because they say, if the star player is doing it, there's nobody on the team, nobody is worth more than Brunson. So if he's doing that, trust and believe those other guys are going to feel the pressure. Knicks 100 GM said, I don't trust OG. Yeah, man. But yo, man, listen, check it out though. Would you be okay, Coach Knicks 100 GM, with OG playing 58 to 62 games, but you got him for the whole playoffs? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Coach said they're projecting $200 million right in 2020. That's Coach, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? What these dudes are going to be making? So my thing is that it would be smart for him to, and once again, the dude is already making over $100 million. So if you maybe add on another $50 million, he could sit on that. And then when that media deal kicks in, he can bang him and say, now I want to re-up. And he could do that. Big Sass said it tells me that he wants to win. Agreed. NBIC said, you're giving Tibbs way too much credit. A coach that has never won anything and has never, ever sniffed the finals. Hey, NBIC, man, appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live, a pillar here in the LV Live show. There's a lot of coaches that haven't won it, NBIC, but what he is a winner. And he is going to get that new contract this year that's going to probably be worth $10 million a year. You know why? Because the Knicks have been in the playoffs since he's been here 3 out of the last 4 years. 3. Come on, man. He's got us way better than any coach ever has. So, yeah, LV is rocking with the Tibbs culture. Heavy. Coach says this makes Cat's deal look good for the production. Agreed. Knicks 100 GM said Herb Jones or somebody else, but we can't rely on OG. We just can't be in limbo like that. Okay, I'm gonna touch on that. Where the covering is gonna come with that. Coach says we get the insurance in the draft or in a minimum guy like Jonathan Isaacs. Yeah, I love Jonathan Isaacs, man, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to what I'm saying with the Magic, man. If he becomes available, I would love for the Knicks to snatch him up, man. He's big too. He's about 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", but he could defend on the wing. He's like Jaden McDaniels, man, but without the offense. I think he's bigger than him too, but he could defend, man. I like him. I like him a lot. Big Tass's question: does the coach for Boston take us to 50 wins in our circumstances? You know what? I think he does. He's that good, man. I like what is it, Masola? I think that's how you pronounce his name. I think he does. He's good, man. He's a really good coach. But then again, you got to see how he is. I don't know, man. But I mean, he's good though, man. He's good. He's solid, man. You know what I'm saying? He's really, really good. He's got them playing really, really well. Really, really well. This is the best the Celtics have looked in a minute, man. I think they're going to win it this year. He's got Jaylen Brown playing out of his mind. So look. So let me kind of touch on this whole OG Anunoby thing, right? Here's the importance of going to get Mikal Bridges. Because of that. If I'm the Knicks, I'm giving up Bogey, Mitch, because I heard Claxton's going to probably leave in a free agency. Bogey, Mitch, 4 firsts, and that's it for Mikal Bridges. People are saying, which is insane, throw Randall in the deal. There's no Mikal Bridges is not better than Randall, man. Randall's a 3-time All-Star, man. You guys got to start giving him credit. He's a 3-time All-Star, averaging 25 and 10, 24 and 10, 2-time All-NBA. his market value, Mikal Bridges is not even touching that, man. But Randall's going to demand out there and out there if you send him out there. That's why I said the only person you could bring back for Randall is like Giannis. His resume speaks for itself. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Once these guys start making all NBAs, they start making all-star team, that like bumps up their resume. So now you got to pay him more money. That's just what it is. The only thing you're going to be able to get, that's why I told you the Knicks aren't moving off. He's not going nowhere. That's what I would do. Big Tat said, LV, they might want McBride in that deal too. Deuce isn't going anywhere. Deuce isn't going anywhere. I think Deuce stays. Tibbs loves Deuce. He's not going to give him up. Remember, they wanted Grimes in that deal to get Spider Mitchell. Tibbs said no. Tibbs said no. He said, I'm not giving up Grimes for Spider Mitchell. Tibbs is going to shut that down. He loves Deuce. Deuce isn't going anywhere. Tibbs has his favorites, people. Tibbs has his favorites. Deuce isn't going anywhere. Coach says Brooklyn's trying to use Bridges to lure Spider to Brooklyn. That would be a good pairing. Spider's not going anywhere. Let me touch on that too. Here's why everything's a domino effect, people. JB Bickerstaff just got fired. He got fired because him and Spider weren't getting along. Everyone knows that. That was a big issue, big problem out there in Cleveland. They could not see eye to eye. They had issues. There's no way you fire a coach like that just got your team to the playoffs 2 out of the last couple of years. Second round this year, first round last year. They were number 4 seed last year, another 5 seed this year. Whatever it was, they still had a really good team, a great season. You don't fire a coach like that. But they're afraid that if they kept him, Spider was gone. They're going to bring in a new coach because they want to re-sign Spider. They're going to probably ship off Garland because Spider and Garland are having issues too. They're trying to build this thing around Spider. They're probably going to let go of Jared Allen, right? That's what's going on in Cleveland. That's a domino effect because now if Spider locks it in with Cleveland, he's not going to Brooklyn. So now what do you have to build around as the Nets? Mikal Bridges is not that piece. He's a beautiful piece if you were to put him with Denver. He's a great piece if you put him with us. He's a great piece if you put him with the Celtics. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what Bridges is. But Bridges by himself, he puts up numbers, but he's not a star. That's not who he is. He didn't even make an all-star team. He didn't make an all-NBA, nothing. And he's a good ball player, but I'm just telling you his skill set. Brooklyn was focused on the Spider coming to Brooklyn, pairing with Bridges. That's not looking like that's going to happen. Them firing Bickerstaff was pretty much letting Spider know, we want to keep you here. We can give you the most money. Let's do it. Let's get the coach that you want. Let's build this thing for you. We're going to keep Evan Mobley. We're going to keep other pieces. Let's do it, Spider. He's not going anywhere. He's not. That was a big flex for them. So Bridges is out there in limbo. Claxton's going to be a free agent, the center. I don't think he's going back to Brooklyn because they stink. So I can see him probably going somewhere, I don't know, maybe Miami, right? Maybe shooting down there. I'm just being honest with you guys. Brooklyn's a dumpster fire right now. So that leaves the door open for the Knicks to say, look, we'll give you this and picks. We're not giving you Randall. There's no way. Bridges is not worth Randall. And I can see them bending and realizing, okay, we don't have nothing. Let's do it. The Knicks do that. The Knicks are the favorite to win the East next year. You heard it here first. We keep everybody and we bring Bridges in. Bridges is going to start at the 2. Brunson at the 1. OG at the 3. Randall at the 4. Ihart at the 5. Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Deuce. We'll get another big man rocking and rolling next year. Big time move. I think that's going to happen. Knicks 100 said Randall for Bridges and picks for us would be good. Listen, man, look. Bridges is not. Randall is a bigger piece than that. There's no way the Knicks are going to put Randall on a deal for Bridges. That's not happening. You got to understand what Randall was worth, man, on the market. Once again, I'm going to say the stats to you, my man. 25-10, book it. He's been killing dudes for the last couple of years. There's no way they do that deal. Randall, if they move him, they're only moving him for a monster. And when I mean a monster, I'm talking Giannis, maybe a Devin Booker. I'm talking about the elites of the elite guys. They're not moving Randall for Bridges, who's just a piece. Coach said Cat. Listen, Coach. Honestly, Cat, listen, I love Cat. But Coach Cat isn't going anywhere. He loves it over there. He's playing with they're saying probably the next Jordan. I don't see it. I think he's good, but that's a stretch. He's not leaving. He's got a squad out there in Minnesota, Coach. He's not leaving, man. They building something special out there. And they're going to be fighting with OKC for the next coming years for the title out there. Those are going to be the two best teams in the West. Coach says if they lose, they can't pay him. Listen, Coach, I think they're going to work something out, man. I don't think Cat's going anywhere. I think he's staying, man. But I think that's what the Knicks do. I think that's what the Knicks do. I think that they're going to lock it in. And BIC says, I can't wait till next year's show. Everyone, how trash Tibbs is. How is Tibbs trash, man? We've been to the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 years, man. We got 2 guys that made all NBA teams, man. Brunson was up and for MVP votes this year, man. He was 5th in MVP votes. He was 2nd team All NBA. Some people had him 1st team All NBA. Some people had him finishing 4th in MVP voting. Randall was an All-Star again this year. We were on a cusp of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, man. The only thing that hurt us was injuries. NBIC said, wasn't we supposed to make a title run? No, NBIC. Oh, man. Listen, you need to come back to the show more, man. You've been missing in action. No one thought we was going to make a title run this year, man. Eastern Conference Finals was the tip top of the. No one thought we was going to go that far, man. I didn't think we was going to go to the finals this year. No way. I said that we could because of how we were playing in January, but I really didn't feel we were finals. Eastern Conference. Big Chat said Eastern Conference. Yeah, Eastern Conference Finals. That's what we all thought. And they were one game away, man. They made it 7 games on a skeleton crew. These dudes was in wheelchairs and walkers trying to hold it together, man. Knicks 100 MGM said Randall and Brunson don't really play well together, man. That's what it's like. No, listen, Knicks 100 GM. That's a great point. I think that was the situation when RJ was here. There was a problem with the ball. When OG Anunoby got placed in there, you saw that team in January. That's what you're going to see. And you saw them meshing now because now they don't have another guy over there who wants to shoot too. RJ was kind of messing up the sauce. He was. And I love RJ. I'm an RJ guy. That was my guy. I didn't want him to go. But that was what was making everything not mesh. When OG Anunoby came, it was like a perfect marriage, man. And then you saw the ball movement. Then you saw the balance in the floor. Because now you got a guy who's a 3-and-D wing that's standing in the corner, can knock that at 3. It gives Randall and Brunson the room to operate. And then the beauty of Brunson and Randall is that when Brunson sits, you can keep Randall out there, let him get busy, and let him do him. But at the end of the game, we know who's getting the ball. We know who the closer is. So it ain't no uncertainty. Randall knows what time it is. But you got to respect Randall because Randall's getting you 22.5 to 25 and 10 every night. Period. Book it. So I think it's an understanding. And when OG came in January, what we saw, that's when everybody said, yo, the Knicks are going to be dangerous. And then Pat the Rat put the heat on us and, did dirty stuff, and Randall dislocated his shoulder. Back-to-back years, the Heat have impacted Randall. Hurt his ankle last year. Now his shoulder. That Heat culture, man. Filthy. Knicks 100 Jets GM said we was very good in January. Yo, we was, man. We were one of the best teams in the league, man. Remember, we blew Philly out by 30. We beat the Timberwolves. Remember, OG Anunoby put Ant-Man in clamps. Randall was killing in the fourth quarter. He was killing Cat, by the way, coach. I just want to let you know, he was horsing Cat. You remember that game in January. And then we blew the Nuggets out by 30. So the Knicks were rolling, man. Rolling. So to me, that's what I want to see. Now, you adding Mikal Bridges onto that? Dangerous team. Dangerous. NBC said RJ left because of Brunson, right? He isn't a playmaker and he's ball dominant. He doesn't make anyone better, but because he's the golden boy, Leon's godson, no one says anything. Nepotism is a real thing. You got to respect it and you got to love it. Because if it happens for you, you're not going to be complaining. Yeah, Brunson's tied in heavy, man, with CAA. So what? What does it matter? That happens with everybody who's got connections. But is he not producing at a high clip? Yes, he is, MBIC. Yes, he is. You got to salute that man. Coach said, look at the head-to-head stats. It's not close. Coach, listen, listen, Cat's not touching Randall, man. He's not putting up the numbers that Randall is. Randall's 25 and 10. Book it. He's a monster on the glass. Cat wants to shoot threes all day. He wants to be a stretch five. Next 100 GM said, Cat and Randall game both sloppy, but Cat is the better player. Now, the games are sloppy, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Me and Coach have this issue all the time. He loves Cat. He loves Cat, right? The problem that I have with Cat is this. Hell of a player. Let's be clear. I mess with Coach all the time, but I know, come on, Cat is no joke. The problem with Cat is he doesn't hit the glass enough. To me, that's where Randall's a beast. Randall's a beast on the glass. Cat doesn't rebound enough for me. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. And getting rebounds here and there to boost up your stats, I have a problem with. Randall's a monster in that middle, man. When he getting that ball, he was cooking Cat. You saw in January, Coach. Come stop it, man. You saw the difference. He was flexing on Cat. Cat was crying. You know, come on, man. This is easy work. He said, look it up, LV. Rebounds on what you think. Coach, I told you. Just because he's getting loose balls here and there, those don't really count. I'm talking about you in there getting offensive balls, getting busy like how Randall was in that Baja. Stop it. There's a difference. And then also, too, Randall's a bully. We saw Cat. Cat is soft as tissue paper. We saw what happened with Draymond Green, right? So what he's doing to his mans. Cat sat back and let that rock. Randall's not going to do that. Randall's not going to do that. You see Pacers doing all that bullying stuff. That's not going to happen with Randall, man. Not. Yeah, Cat already played with Tibbs, man. He's not a Tibbs guy, man. He's not a Tibbs guy. Big Taz said Cat is a kid. Of course he is. Of course he is. Coach said it was Gobert. Nobody likes him. See what I'm saying? So you're going to let your man out there rock? You're going to let him get fiend out because you don't like him? Oh, see, that's the guy I don't want on my team. If he going to let my man get fiend out because he don't like him, yo, my man, we in this together. We a team. Come on, dogs. We got to come on, man. We go to war together, man. Pizzazz said Embiid would destroy Cat if he played for the Knicks. Yeah, the Cat wouldn't guard him, man. They would have iHeart or Big Mitch on him, man. There's no way. I mean, you know, Cat is a stretch five, man. He's really a four. He's really a five, but he's a four. You know what I'm saying? He stretches out, he can hit that three. He's a finesse big. He's not back to the basket. There's no way they would put him on Embiid. No way. That's a death sentence. Cat literally fought Embiid. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Knicks understand he's there throwing no fee. Yo, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, Draymond from Michigan, man. Even like Saginaw. I heard it's rough up there, man. It's real rough. So he's a different type of guy. Randall ain't gonna sit there and let that happen. He's not gonna let that rock. Randall gonna be tossing dudes. He's very New York. That's why we love him. Cat gonna be up in there, you know. Come on, guys, stop. You know what I mean? He gonna be doing one of those. Like, yo, my man, yo, what? Start tossing dudes. That's Cat. NBIC said we should have drafted the all-star starter, and now we see why. It costed us. That's what you get for catering to your godson. All-star center. Who are you talking about? What all-star center are you talking about, NBIC? Drafted who? Wemby? Yo, we just having fun with it. But listen, guys, look, check it out. The Knicks are going to make power moves. I don't really see anybody really going anywhere. I think they're going to be able to lock some guys in, guys that I see possibly leaving. I think Burks is gone. Bogey is gone in the trade. I think Precious Chua. I think he's getting. I think he's getting like $8 million, something crazy. The Knicks aren't going to want to pay him, so they're going to want to probably get somebody else that's going to be a little bit cheaper, coming off the bench. I think Precious has earned himself a little bit more money, so the Knicks want to have money to be able to pay everybody else. So, but I think the whole crew comes back. But I do think the Knicks really, really make a push for Mikal Bridges. I really, really do. I think this whole Spider deal changed everything. I really do. Coaches, when are we going to start? Yo, Coach, you know I'm gonna start running down players. I like the kid out of out of Virginia, man. He's a wing. He's actually from Long Island too. Let me see his name quick. Forget the kid's name. He's from Long Island, but I like him, man. I like him. He's a tough, hard-nosed defender. That's who I would probably have them really look at. I'm trying to get his name. I forget his name, man. I forget his name. But I like that kid, man. He's a tough, once again, guys, right? I'm gonna start looking at the draft. We're gonna start breaking it down because I'm definitely gonna have a show about that. But once again, the key is this, right, guys? Culture. The Tibbs culture, period. This team is formed around Tibbs. Every piece that's here is because of Tibbs. So every guy that we think of as Knicks fans, we got to think of who's going to fit what Tibbs wants to do. I know you guys love Herb Jones. To me, Mikal Bridges is Herb Jones 2.0. He's another. So it's the same guy. So I see exactly what we want to do, right? So I like Herb Jones, but people are saying Brandon Ingram. I love Ingram, but Ingram's like a roller coaster, man. You don't know. Sometimes he wants to play. Sometimes he wants to go to Miami and chill on the beach and go swimming. You know what I mean? He's all over the place. And then what really shook me up about about him is when I saw him in the Olympics. Not the Olympics. I'm bugging. The FIBA joint with Brunson and Ingram just looked lost. So I wonder how he would do in a big city like this, right? Dealing with the pressures and then dealing with a guy like Tibbs. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough for that. So once again, culture. So everything that we do, guys, going forward, we got to think about who fits the culture, the Tibbs culture. We do that, I think we'll be fine. The key is Bridges in the offseason. We get him the last piece of the Infinity Gauntlet, and we keep Randall, we keep OG Anunoby, iHeart, rocking and rolling. All right? Well, listen, guys, that's my show. I'm LV Live. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me tonight. I will be back in a couple of weeks to talk the draft. kind of like get kind of built already, man, because I think Knicks might make some moves. They might, move off of those 2 picks in the first round and maybe get somebody. I'm not sure, right? But let's look. Let's everybody keep their eyes open for who gets signed, who doesn't get signed, because that's going to really be the dominoes that's going to fall in place for us making certain moves. All right, but listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, it's your first time coming through or you're watching us on replay, please leave comments, but also, too, please subscribe. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people.